Thank you, Linda. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for coming along today. It's currently about just past 7 a.m. Uh, in your future on a Wednesday morning. So, I have put together some ideas to share with you. And I just want to encourage you that please ask questions. I'll leave plenty of time at the end for questions because I have never ever met a sales question that I don't love. And I know that no matter how tricky or icky you think that question is, I will answer it with grace and beauty and wonder. So I just want to encourage you to ask questions. And if you're a little shy, we've got the chat available, but don't be shy because we're all in this together. So, yay. Let's get started because you're not here to listen to me, my preamble. Okay. So I've said welcome. And look, matchy, matchy. Okay, so you are in the absolutely perfect place. If you love your business, you love how you serve people, you love the things that you do, you get joy out of seeing that those aha moments in the eyes of your clients. But somehow that doesn't translate to consistency. Somehow that doesn't translate to easy sales conversations. You know you're in the right place, you're doing the right thing, you know that you help people, you know all of those things, but there's a lack there. Um, Sometimes people feel a bit awkward asking the buy question, the money question. Sometimes people don't like, and I think particularly women, we don't like kind of boasting about ourselves. And so, what I've been doing for the last, I don't know, 30 years, I know, still look like a princess. Um, but what I've been doing is selling for companies, but then also cracking that code, unraveling that labyrinth so that I know all of the secrets of great selling that is easy and graceful and beautiful. And I don't just say that lightly. Like I'm not naturally a boaster, but I really do know all the secrets. And I literally haven't met a sales question that I don't love and can answer. So thank you for spending this time with me. I promise that you will get real value today. And everything that I'm talking about today has been tried and tested, not just in my own experience, but with thousands of people that I've helped. So I've helped organizations do this. I've helped individuals do this. I've helped people who literally say that they would rather vomit than sell. They literally say that, and then I turn them sorry, let's try that again. I don't turn them from loving to hating, that would be bad. From hating selling to loving selling. And it's because I've helped them craft their own system. So I have a signature system, but it doesn't mean that you all sell in the one way. What it means is that you get to build your sales system, not around me and what I think, but around you and who you are and what your most loved clients think. So, as Linda mentioned, I'll just go through this. I'm clicking too many times and it's not catching up. Hello. There we go. I run a membership. I've got courses on this. I do one-to-one and group coaching, and I also do fractional sales. Now, okay. Sorry, the dog just entered. The joys of being Bran. At home, I mean. Right. Um, so what is it that I help people with? It's about accessibility. It's about crafting selling around you, Not my version, because I've built that for me. And not everyone wants to be me. I know it's a shock, but I'm a twin, and even my twin sister doesn't want to be me. So I want you to love you. I want you to love your sales process. And that's exactly what I do. And it's not just the actions or the words or the story. Um, it's actually all of those combined that help you create a sales system around you. And do you know what these things bring you? Yes, they bring you clients, but it's not that makes the massive change in your life. I'll tell you what it is. It's hope. Oh my goodness, I've cracked it. I know how to do this. And it's the power of knowing your power and being able to communicate that in a beautiful, wonderful way. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about today. The three major reasons that conversions just don't work. Better than that, I want to share with you not just why they don't work, but what to do about it, because there's no point me telling you, oh, that sucks, if I don't then give you the answer. So, absolutely, I'm here not just to poke the bear and to make you feel the pain, but to give you the answer. Um, and so, I want to start with why it's not working. Okay. This is really important. Because if we don't start with why it's not working in the first place, we can't then build a road to fix it. Okay, there's a thing in my book, More Sales, Less Marketing. I use a term that I invented called crocodile selling. So you think about those big, snappy crocodiles, those icky used car salesmen. Okay, when I talk about sales, often that's the picture that people have in their head, this icky, sticky, yucky, pushy person who talks at you, right? Well, are there crocodiles still on earth? Yes, I'm sure if I asked you how many people have had a sales situation like that, you would all put up your hand, because we've all experienced that. Right, me too. But just because there's crocodiles still on Earth, it doesn't mean we're in the age of the dinosaurs. And just like the dinosaurs, their age is done. Done, dusted, yuck, gone. And so are they still being successful? Well, maybe. But is there a better way? Absolutely. So I get very passionate about the crocodile thing. Not that I don't love crocodiles. It's just, I don't want to be snapped at anymore. And so why do crocodiles exist? Because, just like Mad Men, the world started with that pushy, icky, um, we know everything, you know nothing. We're just going to make sure that you do what we tell you to do version of marketing and selling. But the world's evolved and they're focusing on the wrong thing, and they will be their own undoing. This is my prophecy to the world. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to change. I'm going to ask you to do some things differently. And I know sometimes that's tricky. And I know sometimes when we're in a pattern of doing things, even though we know that it doesn't work exactly the way we want it to, change is scary. But I want to encourage you that when you change, the results are amazing. And as I said right at the beginning, it's not just the changes that you're making more money. Money is a consequence of the great things you do, not the focus. Okay. Do I want you to make all the money you want? Absolutely. Do I want you to focus on the money? No, I do not. I want you to focus on you and your heart and your most loved clients. And they're the results that I want. I want results for you. I want results for your most loved clients. I want you to know the things that make that tick. I want you to know with a passion the way that you serve. And will the money come flowing from that? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So today, I said we're going to cover the three reasons. So here they are. First of all, you're not speaking to them. It sounds a bit rude, but you're not. You're talking about yourself, and particularly if you feel irksome about talking about yourself, you're not doing that particularly well. So they're not really listening because you're not really speaking to them. I describe this like the radio station. You're in your car, you're listening to the radio, a song comes on you that you like. What do? You engage. You're singing along, you're doing the moves. Another song comes on that you really hate. Either you switch it over or you just disengage, right? Your clients are no different. They're doing exactly the same thing. What you're offering or how you present it isn't speaking to their pain. You're not addressing their pain in a way that they think is plausible and that you can help them. And lastly, and this is the biggest one, you're leaving it up to them. You are in charge of the sales in your business. Do not get all the way through to the end and then forget to ask. And I've got a really great idea about how to help you with exactly that, because that's honestly the biggest problem that I see. Okay. So, problem number one, you're not speaking to them. And I had AI help me with these photos. I said, I want two people, one who's listening and engaged and one who's a bit distracted, right? So the person that you want is the one on the right. Just FYI. If they're looking away, that's not a good sign. So, what do people listen to? Actually, they listen when they're talking. What? Does that really make sense? Yes, it actually does. We live in a world where people don't get to tell their story. They really don't. We live in a world where people are used to being spoken at and then having to think about what the relevance is to them. Stop it. Put it the other way round. First of all, our first job in listening, in what I call great selling, the first thing isn't talking. Crocodiles start by talking. Great selling starts with listening. We've got to get them to tell their story. Why are they here? Why are they talking to you? What is it that resonates with them? Why did they say yes to the meeting with you? There's a reason. And if we can be quiet and ask nicely, they will tell you that. And that is power. Because when we stop and listen and let the other person talk, then, my friends, then you will find out what it is that will motivate them. Why are they talking to you today? There's a reason. And that's our first job, is to listen. The reason we listen is not then so that we can start a litany of all the things we've achieved in our lives from the time we were born to now. The next step from listening is not you going on verbal diarrhea. The next step is you applying your beautiful, wonderful, heartfelt knowledge to their problem. So we might say something like, thank you so much for meeting with me today. What I heard you say was, which is part of listening, right? Repeating back, active listening. Well, actually, in the Sales Hub in October, we spent a whole month on listening, and people are still working on it, right? So what I heard you say was that you find selling uncomfortable, and that the main reason for that is that you don't want to talk about yourself. Have I got that right? So again, I'm not assuming. I'm listening. I'm taking it in. I'm calibrating that back to what I think I've heard, and then I'm checking in. Once I know that I'm on the right track with this person, that yes, that's exactly what they said, then I say, thank you. And you know what? I've worked with lots of people just like you. And what we found is, etc., etc. What we've done is da da da. And then once we've got over that fear and we've done that by A, B, and C, then what we've been able to do is help them achieve X, Y, Z. Okay. So people will listen when you are speaking to them. The only way we get to speak to them is by listening. And then the second part of my great selling model is finding fit. Is there a fit between what you do and what they want or not? A great sales process does not get to yes alone. A great sales process is a buying process for your client. It helps them efficiently and beautifully and knowledgeably get an answer as to whether to buy from you, whether that answer is yes or no. That's efficiency. Efficiency is helping them make a great decision for them. And so by listening, we get to write them into our story, right? They feel heard. They are, like in my book, I use the analogy of the Wizard of Oz. And so they are your Dorothy. We don't tell Dorothy right at the beginning that there's flying monkeys and a witch that wants to kill her. We just say, hey, I know you're feeling scared. I understand where you're at. Come and meet these people. Let's sing a song. Let's introduce you to the idea of the yellow brick road, the journey that you're going to take. We're going to take together. You're going to do it, but I'm here to your number one supporter, right? We don't hold a hand and push her down the yellow brick road. That's her journey, but we are there to guide her. We are there to tell her about the bricks, about the road, and about how to skip down it, singing her song. Okay, number two, you are not addressing their pain. So this really goes to the first point of listening. Okay. First of all, you need to uncover, you need to be an investigative journalist. We don't go, oh, you've got a broken arm and then put a balm on it. No, we dig, we investigate. We go, okay, we need an x-ray, we need this, and then we diagnose. Do not diagnose too early because the person's thinking, oh, she's had a band-aid and I know I've got a broken arm. I know that's not going to work. So you've got to really understand their pain. What is it that they want to solve? Is it the same thing that you want them to solve? Maybe, maybe not. But you've got to ask about their priorities and why is that important to them? What are the logical reasons? Is it going to? So let's think about selling, right? If you want to fix this, there's some logical reasons. Let me think about it. I want more money. I want more consistency in my income. I want to feel okay, so now when getting out of logical and into feelings, I want to feel better about how I approach clients. I want to do less of the icky sales stuff and have more comfortable conversations. I want to feel better. Okay. So these are the things that are going on. But equally, there's reasons that you're here. I'm scared. I'm scared of coming across like that pushy, icky crocodile selling. I'm scared that they'll say no. I'm scared of many, many things, you know. But here's the thing. It's when I was a kid, I used to think that when the lights went out, that all these snakes used to come out from under my bed. I know, awful. And I had this really elaborate way to get out into the hallway so that I could go to the toilet in the middle of the night. But here's what I know. When we turned the light on, where were those snakes? They weren't there. They really weren't there. It surprised me every time. That's how real these fears are to us. Okay. And so there's nothing wrong with being frightened. But what we need to do is acknowledge that and do something about it. Get the systems and the ways of talking and doing that are going to actually help you. So I said last month in the Accelerate Sales Hub that we were focusing on listening. And so this month we're spending a whole month on questions. So I just delivered a masterclass yesterday and or like a whole hour just on asking questions. And I'm still not done because asking better questions get you better answers. Simple. Um, and so when we can really ask beautiful, powerful, deep questions, and they're built on trust and knowledge and listening, and we don't let go nicely, but we help them understand because often, and you'll know this, oh, people say to me all the time, oh, I'm just no good at selling. You need to be a certain type of person. But Fran, it's you. You're only good at selling because you're so outgoing. Well, you know what? I, I call bullshit to that. And I apologize for the language because, in Australia, that's not bad language, but in some places in America, it is. But it's not because you are bad at selling. It's because you haven't tried these things, because you're scared that if you do try and you still fail, that there's something inherently wrong with what you're offering. Anyway, ask better questions. So after we've understood this person, we want to show them how beautifully you've listened and how powerful those questions are. Because if you've questioned beautifully, this is what has happened. They have come to a realization in this conversation with you that they hadn't acknowledged to themselves. Wow, right? This isn't a sales conversation, this is therapy. And not, therapy on a couch, although there's nothing wrong with that. But this is therapy helping them to actually address their problem. Just like I said with crocodile selling, there's a reason that people don't do this. There's a reason that people shy away from the sales conversations. And that's because they've got this thing in their head about crocodiles. Well, they will anyway after they read my book because they go, oh my God, that's exactly what it is. So once we've listened, once we've understood, and we can show them the bricks of the yellow brick road. Think about Dorothy when she first lands in Oz. She's 16. She's paid a third of the men, even though she's the star of the movie. She's paid just a little bit more than the dog. She's gone from black and white to Technicolor. She's killed someone. And she's in this completely foreign place with all these little voices around. She's not going, oh, yeah, yellow brick road, okay. She's frightened. She's terrified. All she knows is the porch that she's on and Toto. That's it. Everything else is foreign. So we need to encourage her. We need to show her that we've listened, that we understand her, just like Glinda does. Floats down, and this is you. You get to be Glinda. You get to float down in a beautiful bubble, in a frock that is amazing, looking beautiful, wonderful, graceful. And you get to invite her off the porch and tell her to pop on those ruby slippers and gently approach the people and tell her, let's sing this song together. Isn't this wonderful? It's simple, it's graceful, it's elegant. It's not pushy and snappy. Okay. This is the number one thing that I see. Okay. Number one. And I'm putting it last because I really want you to be listening. Does that make sense? Hopefully, you're still listening and you're resonating with some of the things that I'm sharing with you. Thank you, Wendy. We lose the sale because we stop dancing, right? This is what I see happen time and time again. Imagine you've walked up to someone and there's some beautiful music playing, and you say to them, "Would you like to dance?" And they say yes, and you're dancing together. It's wonderful, it's elegant, it's beautiful. The music's still playing, and you drop them, turn away, and walk in the other direction. That is what you're doing when you don't finish the sale. How do you feel if you're the person being dropped on the dance floor with the music still going? You're like, is it me? Do I smell? Have I done something wrong? Did I stand on their toes? Like, what is going on? We leave our clients confused. Maybe I'm not the right client for her. Maybe what I'm offering isn't really going to help me, or what she's offering isn't really going to help me. So I want to encourage you. You're not, I don't want to encourage you. Your clients, your potential future clients want to encourage you. You are the sales leader. You must ask for the sale. You've got to finish the dance. You finish it all the way to the end, and then you gracefully say, "Thank you so much for dancing with me." It's elegant, it's beautiful, it's lovely. So here's the things. You are an expert in what you do. You've listened beautifully. You've found the fit, the way that you're going to help them. And the last thing you need to do is ask, "Hey, it sounds to me like you don't like selling that much." And the couple of things that we've talked about in the meeting today, I think would really move the dial on that for you. So what I'd love you to do is join me in the Accelerate Sales Hub. If getting better at selling is something that you need to do, that's exactly the place you need to be. That's not forced. I'm not pushing you. I don't have a gun to your head. It's just an offer, but it's my offer to make. And if I don't make it, if I don't ask you, you can't say yes. So often we get to the end of the sale and we're denying our client the answer to the pain that we've just helped them feel. And rather than that being, that makes me cry. Why would you make someone feel all that pain and then leave them hanging? Oh, I'm literally going to cry. Better not. Mascara. Okay, so I want you to know your path. What is your yellow brick road? What is your roadmap? What are the 6 things, 5 things, 3 things, 7 things? I don't care. What are the steps in your process? How do you help people buy from you? And I want you to make it easy, accessible, open. One of the last months in the Accelerate Sales Hub, we also did a whole month focusing on roadmaps for exactly this reason. This is a wonderful tool to have on your website or to have in a sales meeting, right? It's not just the words or the actions, it's actually the physical tools that you have so you remember what all the steps are. So if you're feeling a bit nervous, you can go, "Okay, we've got A, B, C, and D. Beautiful, easy, elegant. The ask is there. It's not hidden. It's not waiting for them to say, "Oh, can I buy from you?" It's open, it's clear. Okay, so we've unpacked some stars today. 3 big problems. One, you're not speaking to them. You're talking about yourself. So we've got to start by listening. Your offer doesn't address their pain. Why? Because you don't know what their pain is and you haven't helped them unpack it. And they will thank you. Whether they buy from you or not, they will thank you for unpacking that with them. And lastly, you're leaving it up to them to lead the sale. It's not their job and they know it. And so when you don't ask, they feel confused. And a confused mind says no. It's easier for them to say, oh, well, maybe she doesn't want me to buy from her and walk away, even though they might think that you can help them. So you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving them sitting in their pain. And I think actually, Lisa, you helped me with this saying, thank you. It's not pushing or pulling, it's a choice. You're giving them a choice. But if you don't ask, they don't have the choice. So you're actually taking that away from them.